Hi guys, so I'm going to come on and talk to you today about reps, form, and standardizing your sets to get the most out of them. Now, this is probably an area where I see so many people miss out on areas of progression. Now, this is something I get my clients to do. I get them to send form videos. I get them to send multiple videos per week of them executing the sessions that I program. Why? Because I want to make sure that they're performing these exercises correctly, not just from a form standpoint, but from an intensity standpoint, from a tempo standpoint, from a mindset standpoint. So it seems to be that form, execution, and intensity has got forgotten or misunderstood along the way, because one of the most common things that I'm seeing is that people are picking weight over execution, or people are picking weight over standardizing their form. Now, yes, of course, progressive overload comes with weight. You have to increase the weight. But if you're not providing the correct amount of stimulus for that exercise to break down the muscle fibers or to engage in the muscle fibers as much as you want, the weight becomes irrelevant. So let's put this into practice here. So one thing that I see so much of is I'm sorry guys, but it's all fucking men. You all do it. You load on as much weight as possible and then you bounce the shit out of it. Now, hack squat is a perfect example. You know, I see people loading on like 200, 220 and literally are just dropping, bouncing up, dropping, bouncing up. I mean, you might as well be in the club listening to fucking like some sort of 90s, the way you're twerking up and down on that hack squat. So there is no stimulus, there is no engagement, there is no control. Therefore, there is not going to be hardly any muscle response from that. You are literally just using gravity and momentum to bounce you up and down. So what generally happens is an individual will do one rep, nice and slow, nice and controlled, and realize it really fucking hurts. So they don't do it like that again. Now, instead of shying away from that rep that hurt and then trying to rush the rest of the set as quickly as possible, thinking that you're going to get the same out of it, slow everything down. Take your mind away from the pain. Take your mind away from the fact that it hurts, and realize that what you have just done is a perfectly executed rep. A perfectly executed rep is going to really fucking hurt. It's going to really take it out of you. And you probably will realize that you won't be able to lift as much weight and you won't be able to do as much reps, but that's because you're doing it properly. What's the point in loading your central nervous system full of fatigue just by bouncing reps up and down when you're not actually going to get any neurological or any metabolic stress on the body because you're not actually performing the exercise correctly? So what I want you to think about in the set instead of weight is focused on how intense can you feel this set? How much of this set is taxing the required muscle that you're looking to train? How strong do you feel in this set? Like, are you able to control that weight? Are you able to control the eccentric down? Or is it too heavy for your muscles and you have to drop? Thirdly is cardiovascular wise, like, are you actually able to produce the output of this set without blowing out your ass? Because this is another thing as well. Sorry guys, it's you as well. Like you rush the set so much to get it over and done with because excuse me, you can't handle the intensity of the cardiovascular side of it. So this is what I want you to now do. I want you to think about bracing. I want you to think about tempo. I want you to think about intensity, and I want you to think about execution. Yes, weight plays a part, but without those four things, weight becomes irrelevant. So tempo, I'm thinking you have to count yourself into these sets. So eccentrics on a hack squat, for example, 3 seconds, 4 seconds down, 1 second control at the bottom, 2 seconds contraction up, straight back into the next set. No pausing, no rests. It's not a rest pause set. You don't take breaks in the middle of the set. You continue each set, because what we are trying to do is stress the muscle. We are trying to create an adaptive response. If you don't and you give yourself a break, That's not allowing the correct response. That's not allowing the right fatigue or the right intensity. So I think form and intensity is something that massively needs to be cleared up. Once you do this, you will have progression fly like you've never seen before. And it's just simply from tidying up 3 or 4 different variables in regards to your movement. Thank you guys. Have a beautiful day, and I will catch you all soon.